From Keene in the Shire, the Liberty Media capital of the world, this is Daryl W. Perry, host of FPP Radio News for Friday, July 15th, 2016. Silver is trading at $20.20 per ounce. Gold is valued at $1,334 per ounce. And according to BitcoinAverage.com, the average price of Bitcoin is $669. Antiwar.com reports Iraqi security forces issued a statement Thursday on the eve of planned protest in the capital city of Baghdad, warning that the protest is unauthorized, thus subsequently illegal, and threatened to deal with anyone who was armed as a terrorist threat. This follows statements earlier in the week by Prime Minister Haider Abadi's office insisting that the war on terror is a historical responsibility and that protesters should leave them alone to focus on the war. His office has made similar statements in advance of other recent protests. Baghdad has faced major Friday protests off and on for months, with demonstrators seeking major reforms, including the replacement of the current cabinet with technocrats as a way to get a handle on the nation's corruption woes. Abadi made an effort to nominate such a cabinet months ago, but Parliament refused to vote on it, and in the face of protests, the whole matter was simply dropped. These previous protests also served as a pretext to add more troops to the Green Zone to keep protesters out, which has added to unrest in the country as security across the populated parts of Baghdad has been all but non-existent. When you hear the word lobbyist, you probably think about greedy corporations, but not all lobbyists are the same. Some are fighting for the freedoms you hold dear. Liberty Lobby LLC is doing just that in New Hampshire, working hard to represent you, not some special interest group. You can help by going to libertylobby.xyz, where your contribution will give us the tools we need to ensure that your voice is heard. Visit libertylobby.xyz today to find out more. UPI reports a Southern California couple has been arrested for allegedly leaving 3 children without shoes or water in the scorching heat of the Mojave Desert, apparently as a form of punishment, according to authorities. Mary Bell and her boyfriend Gary Castle were both arrested by the San Bernardino County Sheriff's Office and faced felony child abuse charges. Officials said all 3 children were left in the desert town of 29 Palms, California for disciplinary reasons. Exactly what they were being punished for was not clear. Bell is the biological mother of the children, according to officials. The kids, a 7-year-old girl, a 6-year-old boy, and a 5-year-old boy, were rescued around 11:20 a.m. local time Wednesday after a driver passing by spotted them and called authorities. Investigators said the children had been outside in the desert for about 45 minutes with no shoes and no water. Meteorologists said the temperature would have been around 100 degrees at the time the kids were outside. None of the children required medical attention, according to officials, and are now in the custody of the state. A report by the LA Times cited a sheriff's office spokeswoman as saying the couple and the children lived in a vehicle not far down the road from where the kids were found alone. Bell and Castle were placed in jail on $100,000 bail and are scheduled to appear in court on Friday. For nearly 40 years, Roberts & Roberts Brokerage has been a trusted source for buying and selling precious metals like gold and silver. They also take Bitcoin for precious metal purchases and have permanently removed the minimum purchase amount for all orders paid in the digital currency. Call Roberts & Roberts today for knowledgeable advice on buying and selling precious metals and a forward-thinking approach to new technologies. 800-874-9760 or visit online at rrbi.co. Reuters reports an attacker killed up to 80 people and injured scores when he drove a heavy truck at high speeds into a crowd watching Bastille Day fireworks in the French Riviera town of Nice late on Thursday. Counter-terrorist investigators were seeking to identify the driver, who a local government official said opened fire before police shot him dead. The official said weapons and grenades were found inside the 25-ton unmarked truck. The attack, which came 8 months and a day after the Islamic State gunmen and suicide bombers killed 130 people in Paris, appeared so far to be the work of a lone assailant. The truck careened for hundreds of meters along the famed Promenade seafront, slamming into spectators who were watching the fireworks, listening to an orchestra, or strolling above the beach towards the grand century-old Hotel Negresco. An Interior Ministry spokesman said several dozen had died. The newspaper Nice Bastille said 42 people were in critical condition and many others injured. Bystander Frank Sidoli, who was visibly shocked, told Reuters at the scene, "I saw people go down, then the truck stopped. We were just 5 meters away. A woman was there. She lost her son. Her son was on the ground, bleeding." This has been FPP Radio News, online at fppradio.com.